you could, yeah. So in terms of if you got a strong product, you got a strong, successful team, or at least you're delegating, you're optimizing, everyone's role, then what do you feel? And then this will be my last question, and then we'll kind of open it up to the question. Venture capital funding. How do you feel about seeking venture capital funding, assuming you have a viable product, you have at least one other person doing something, right? You're not doing everything, right? Is that a reality for people who are in the startup phase, or do you now have to transition into a different role as yourself, taking it back from just your everyday stuff in terms of seeking out venture capital funding?
Well, I'll say this with VC. First of all, I don't want to say anything too controversial, right? Because I don't want to be coming and saying
the room of controversy, man. Come on.
Right. Teddy said that. Well, just understand that it is known. This is not conspiracy theory that, when it comes to VC funding, that the purpose of when a VC gives an investment, each investment has the way it's written in terms of the agreement is to recoup the fund. So I can lose on, if I give 20, if I make 20 investments, I can lose on 19. That one will make up for all the losses of the other 19, and we still make out like bandits. That's the VC model. So it would be wise for you to make sure that not you using your own understanding, but make sure that you have the folks in place to really understand the deal. Because the VC model, they know most of their investments are going to fail. So if this business model works for them, the VC model, what does that say about every individual agreement in terms of how it benefits the entrepreneur? This is known, right? They only need a couple to win, and they know they're going to lose most of the time. So each deal, so I would say, there's becoming more and more ways to get finance. I'm not saying that you should not take, if someone wants to give you finance or invest, as a venture capitalist, I think that is great. I think that's wonderful. But I'm just saying, make sure you understand the deal. Me personally, as a lawyer, I don't like playing a game that I ain't skilled in. Like, I'm not gonna play your game. I'm gonna play my game so I can dominate you in my game. If I play a game that I'm a novice in, I'm more likely gonna lose. So why would I play that game? I'm just saying, there's other ways you can get financing. You may want to look into it, not to say that you shouldn't take any money from VCs, but just understand what their business model is.
That's true. That's true. Understanding what the game actually is. What is a venture capitalist at the end of the day? That's so, man, that I can't hammer that home enough. That's powerful right there. And it's a reality for some people that they jump into something, get excited about it, and then they end up screwing themselves. But because they don't understand the game, they try to understand it themselves rather than hiring you, getting somebody who can understand it.
Right. We got to get out. My thing is, it's not about, if I'm going to engage in anything, especially like an agreement, a contract, I'm going to make sure that, Teddy, I understand the agreement. I'm going to understand the terms of the agreement. If I don't understand it, I'm not going to act like I understand it. I'm going to say, I don't understand it. And I'm not going to trust you that you understand that. Ultimately, I'm responsible for what I put myself into, right? So again, just understand, from the VC model, it's set up that most of their investments are going to fail. But the way they structure each deal is that if any one of them wins, they make out like bandits. So what must that mean for the other person, the other entity on the other side of that transaction? What? And again, I'm not saying that you can't make money, but just understand that the deal, it has to be one-sided, because most of the investment fail. So just understand what you're getting into. Every deal is different. I'm not going to sit here and say you should not take money from a VC. They're giving more African Americans money, which is great. But if I can keep it real, tech, I hate to say this, you can talk to some people who founders who didn't got that money. And I have to be very, very careful the way I say this. They're like a good idea over there. Guess what? We'll give them the money. We get to put people on the board. We'll give him, if he can perform a miracle, throw a Hail Mary within a certain amount of time, give him 2 years. Don't get it done in 2 years. We kick him out. We'll put in a CEO from Ivy League school, someone that we trust, someone who we feel that can do the job, someone that we feel comfortable with that can do it. You took that money, didn't you, right? The fine print, you didn't know. Now they got more people on the board than people in the original team. Don't think these when they part with these millions, that the game is almost kind of fixed at that point. And I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to have these VCs coming at me, little old me. But if you were to talk to some of these founders, you see, listen, people like to talk about the wins. You don't hear about no losses. I read a book that was written out here in Silicon Valley in the 80s. And they talk about how all these companies, when they hit their liquidation event and they make all this money, but just think about, we all went to school, just think about it logically, physics. If one person, one company wins big, if this one company cashes out for 30 billion, what must that say about the other tens of thousands of companies and entrepreneurs? What happened to them?
True indeed.
Things gonna balance out, right? So if this joker could cash out for 25 billion, a lot of people left here without their shirt.
Wow.
We got to use common sense too now. Who gonna give you tens of millions for an investment and not structure the contract where, guess what? It's gonna be more and more favorable to them. They got the money.
They're the ones taking all the risks. They're accepting all the risks. At least early on, they are.
You talk to some of these, and again, I'm not trying to discourage. I'm just saying, make sure that you get the people around you that really understand what you're going to be contractually bound to and what position you're going to put your baby, the company, into. The truth of the matter, let me add some balance. You can't really scale a company without some capital, without sufficient capital. Every company, every one of them still take loans. All the big tech companies, they have loans, even just to help with the cash flow. So I'm not saying that you can't receive investment and things like that for capital. You need capital. But what I'm saying is, make sure you understand the terms of your deal. And if you don't understand it, it's cool to say you don't understand it. Hire some people who do. And if you just can't understand it, then maybe you should wait a little bit before you do that.
Wow. I got a whole page of notes here. I mean, from ownership to something you hit on early on, which was the history from the 1800s, from the origination of the patent office to, your own family, talking about how deals were done in the 80s. The history to me is also so important, is knowing
now we make plans. I can't say I know how it feels, but what I can say is I know how to get up. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get up, and you out, you making it happen, you hustling, you cry your tears, baby, you yell, you scream, you cuss, you do whatever you got to do. But all I want you to do for me is keep getting up. If you were not equipped to handle what is happening in your life, it wouldn't be happening. I know it's hard to take that right now. I know sometimes you just want to break. Like you say, sometimes I just want somebody to come and take this burden off. But I ain't gonna say it's easy. I can't lie to you. That's one thing about Camm. I cannot lie to you. I know this shit hurts. I know it's not cool. It ain't fair. I don't know what to tell you.
The bald-faced lie. I'll call it. Don't know.
Exactly. So all I can say to you is I hear you. I feel you. I just say time, just keep moving as what I see you doing. You making it happen. and call out to your husband. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I call my daddy up. Like I don't have a phone anymore, but I get to holler, hey, old man, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And stuff start happening. You know what I'm saying? And so he's there. He may not be physically here. He's there. I know I would give anything to just have my daddy sit next to me some days, and that's just not an option. But I think I hear the strength in your voice. Like you ain't going down. So what we got to do to make sure you win, Regina? That's the only question I want to have. Like, I get it. I'm empathetic and I understand the disappointments, but what we got to do to make sure you win, like that's what we got. That's what we need to focus on now.
I'm going to just keep it 1,000. I'm still figuring that out. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh yeah, I got it all together. No, everybody being transparent and raw. That's all I know how to be. And being raw in my mind, got my ass whipped 1,000 times when I was growing up. Okay,
me and you both.
I'm surprised I even got a high school diploma. How about that? Okay.
Well, you got one. So
hey,
you got
Gina.
one.
So Dominique said you are strong. You have us, Regina. That's right. You're part of the Go Seal team, Notary Seal team. Camm opened her doors for you, so you're not out here by yourself.
No,
right?
And that's thank you, and that's what gravitated me towards you, Tech, Dominique, Camm. You know that y'all strength. I just feel that. You know, and y'all authentic, and I don't like phoniness. That's why I've always been kind of dolo, didn't have a whole lot of friends, and you know, because I don't like phoniness, and I'm gonna call you out on it. You know, when I was little, used to get me, you know, fucked up. Oh, why you do that, pal? But then when I learned martial arts, that shit stopped. But anyway.
I appreciate you, Gina. We'll go live together on later on today, Gina.
All right.
Thank you, love. We got Monique in Compton. Monique, unmute yourself, dear. Let's rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Monique from Compton. Excuse me. I'm looking crazy out here. I'm just doing my house.
You look great.
You know.
Girl, right. We
tell the hubby I said what up.
I will.
Monique, tell the hubby I said what up.
I will. I made him go to work today. You can't be here. Go to work.
I need to clean my house, huh?
Right. Just get out. So I caught not the beginning, so I don't even know what an apostille is. You know what I thought apostille was? Somebody that married people, honestly.
Oh, you know that it there. No, so that is a version. Like when you look it up, you'll get the apostille. You even get the Bible references. Like, you know, it's a crazy thing. So apostille is simply a certification that is issued by a state government for documents that originate in the United States that are going to be used outside of the United States. So what it comes down to is, if someone wants to do something, they want to marry something, they want to you know, just even get dual citizenship outside of the United States, you have to authenticate your documents from here in order to present them to that government in order for them to, you know, do their process. So that's essentially what an apostille is. I saw Dominique say you're an apostille facilitator. Absolutely right. We don't issue the apostilles personally. We just facilitate the process. You're absolutely right, Dominique.
Okay. Well, that sounds interesting. I like the sound of that because I want to be in those rooms.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Well, this is one way. I'm not saying it's the only way, but this is the way I found my way. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I advocate for this business. I fell in love with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I don't have to work that much. Like, I literally don't have to work that much. So that was perfect for me. Because like I say, when the sun come out, I get real finicky.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'm clicking the program.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Monique, for tapping in.
All right. Thanks.
Anybody else want to tap in? Anybody else want to tap in and talk to Killer Camm? All right, we got Ray Netta.
Hey.
We got Ray Charles. Unmute yourself. Tap in. Callie is in the building for sure, for sure. Let me see if we can unmute.
Yeah, my bad. Of course, we're gonna show some love up in here.
Hey yo, thank you.
Sorry, getting ready to go to work. Camm, this was awesome.
Thank you,
Like,
baby. Thank you.
This was, hold on, my camera dirty in the front.
Girl, you fine. Look, I'm
Right,
trying
you
to see your
good.
ponytail, girl. It is together. Come on, let me see
Thank
that
you.
ponytail.
Yeah,
It
this is
was-
the war room, man. We raw and uncut over here.
Baby,
This-
what you put on it? Because I want mine to curl like that. Look, I'm holding your ponytail like I need mine to curl like that.
Girl, gel, the one in the green color.
Girl,
one,
oh
like,
Lord.
picture and stuff.
Everybody say that. That eco gel
Yeah.
flakes my hair up. It be fail.
Really?
Absolute fail. Come
No.
on, babe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
You good, but this was amazing. Like your energy, your spirit, the rawness. This was everything. I'm so mad. Camm, I'm gonna purchase your course. Even though I know about apostles, I wanna learn from you again. I want to learn more. I want to see the way you see it. Because I had already talked to you in the DMs about I had already purchased the course, but I want to learn more from you.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. You know what? Check in. There's some different options. If you know how to do it, then, we have some options. Like if you